Most people spend their entire lives chasing. But what if I told you the real power comes from making others chase you? Think about it. How many times have you seen someone effortlessly command attention without begging for it, without trying too hard? They walk into a room and people take notice. They speak and others hang on to their every word. They disappear and suddenly people start wondering where they are. Meanwhile, others, no matter how hard they try, remain invisible. Why? Because power isn't about chasing. It's about controlling the frame. The moment you stop seeking approval, you shift the dynamic. People start craving your attention. They feel the pull of your presence. They become obsessed with figuring you out. This isn't luck. It isn't genetics. It's psychological control. And here's the truth. The people who are chased are the ones who understand how to create demand for their presence. They know when to show up and when to disappear. They understand that power is built in silence, not in noise. So the real question is, how do you make this work for you? In today's video, I'm going to break down the exact strategies you need using dark psychology, strategic absence, and mental dominance. Because the ones who are truly powerful, they never chase, they attract. And by the time you finish this video, so will you. The most powerful leaders, strategists, and thinkers in history all understood one thing. Chasing is weakness. Attraction is power. Those who hold true influence never beg for attention. They don't seek validation. They create an aura that makes people gravitate toward them. Take Seneca, one of Rome's greatest Stoic philosophers. He lived under the reign of Emperor Nero, a man known for paranoia and cruelty. Many sought Nero's approval, desperate to gain his favor. Seneca? He did the opposite. He mastered psychological detachment, never overexposing himself, never appearing too eager, always maintaining control. And because of that, Nero trusted him more than anyone else. Now, let's bring it back to you. How often have you felt ignored in social situations, overlooked in relationships, constantly trying to prove yourself only to be undervalued? If that sounds familiar, then you're playing the wrong game. You don't win by chasing, you win by making people come to you. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you today. By the end of this video, you'll have a 30-day strategy to develop an unshakable mindset, use psychological influence to shift power in your favor, and build a presence so strong, people won't be able to ignore you. And it all starts now. 30-day power shift, building an iron mindset. Everything starts in the mind. If you can't control yourself, you can't control others. If you want people to chase you, you have to shift your energy, your presence, your entire way of moving through the world. For the next 30 days, you're going to reprogram how people perceive you. You're going to train your mind for power, for control, for absolute dominance over your presence. Follow these 3 rules and watch what happens. Rule 1. Speak 50% less than usual. Powerful people don't over-explain or rush to prove themselves. They don't waste words seeking validation. Instead, they let their presence speak for itself. And because they say less, people start wondering, curious, drawn in. The less you reveal, the more valuable your words become. Most people talk to fill space. They overshare. They explain too much. They seek approval through words, and in doing so, they weaken their presence. Starting today, cut your words in half. When you feel the need to explain, don't. When someone asks for details, give them the minimum, because mystery creates value. And when people don't know everything about you, they start chasing answers. Rule number 2. Master the power of hesitation. Most people rush to respond. They fill silence because they're afraid of losing control. But real power, it belongs to the one who can make others wait. The next time someone asks you a question, pause. The next time someone demands an answer, slow down. That moment of hesitation creates tension, and tension creates attraction. Think of the most powerful people in history. They don't blurt out responses. They don't rush to speak. They pause. They let the room feel their presence. And in that silence, people hang on their every word. Rule number 3, embrace silence as a weapon. Silence makes people uncomfortable. It forces them to react, to second guess, to fill the space you leave. Most people break under that pressure. They start talking nervously, explaining too much, losing their composure. But if you can hold your ground, if you can sit in silence without breaking, you control the entire interaction. Try it. When someone questions you, pause. When someone tries to provoke you, don't react. When you feel the urge to fill silence, resist it. Watch what happens. People will lean in when you speak. They will wait for your words. They will start craving your attention. Because in a world where everyone is talking, silence is power. The Seneca Principle, turning adversity into psychological weaponry. Why do some people thrive under pressure while others crumble? Why do some remain unshaken no matter what life throws at them? The answer isn't luck, it isn't talent. It's how they view adversity. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Most people see challenges as obstacles, but those who hold power, they see challenges as tools. They don't run from hardship. They don't complain. They use it to build an unshakable presence. And here's how you do the same. Step 1. Train yourself to be unfazed. Imagine this. You're in a conversation and someone takes a subtle jab at you. They expect you to react, to get defensive, to explain yourself, but instead, you do nothing. No reaction, no explanation, no shift in expression. Just silence, just a pause, just a cold, steady gaze. What happens next? They start to panic. They scramble to fill the void. Their own words betray them. Because in that moment, they realize something. They can't shake you. They can't control you. And that makes them uncomfortable. And when people are uncomfortable, they become predictable. And when they're predictable, they become easy to control. Step 2. Detach from the need for validation. Who holds more power in a room? The person trying to impress everyone, or the one who doesn't care if they're liked? Most people spend their entire lives chasing approval. They seek compliments. They crave reassurance. They desperately want to be seen. And because of that, they are easy to manipulate. But the second you detach, the power dynamic flips. Now, they start chasing you. They seek your approval. They need your validation. They become obsessed with what you think. Why? Because nothing is more magnetic than someone who doesn't need a damn thing from anyone. When you stop seeking attention, you start commanding it. Step 3. Use failures as proof of resilience. Most people let failure define them. They take it personally. They see it as a reflection of their worth. But you do the opposite. Every challenge you endure without breaking makes you more unshakable. Every setback you survive increases your psychological dominance. Every loss you walk through without emotion forces people to respect you. Because when they see that nothing rattles you, nothing can break you, they stop looking down on you. They stop underestimating you. And instead, they start chasing you. The Law of Scarcity. Why people chase what they can't have. What happens when something is always available? It gets taken for granted. Now, what happens when something is rare, exclusive, or hard to get? people start chasing it. Have you ever noticed that the people who try the hardest to be liked are the ones who get ignored, and the ones who pull back, the ones who stay just out of reach? They're the ones everyone wants to impress. Robert Greene's law of absence explains why what is rare is valuable, what is abundant is ignored. And yet, most people make the same mistake. They overexpose themselves. They're always available, always responding, always seeking attention. And because of that, they become forgettable. But the ones who understand scarcity, they control attention, they control desire, they control the entire dynamic. And here's how you do the same. Step 1, make yourself scarce. If people always have access to you, they won't value it. Think about the last time someone left you on read. Did you forget about them, or did you wonder why they weren't responding? Scarcity creates curiosity, and curiosity creates attraction. Step 2, break the pattern. People get used to routines. They expect you to text back instantly. They assume you'll always say yes. They think you'll always be there. So break that expectation. If you usually initiate plans, stop. If you always answer immediately, delay. If you've been predictable, disappear for a while and watch what happens. Step 3, let them feel your absence. You never truly appreciate something until it's gone. That's human nature. When you remove yourself from someone's life, even temporarily, you force them to notice the void. And the less predictable you are, the more they start craving your presence. Because in a world where everyone is chasing attention, being scarce makes you valuable. People always chase what they can't have. Look at celebrities who disappear for years. Frank Ocean, Rihanna, even Elon Musk. They rarely engage, and because of that, their presence is more valuable when they do show up. When you remove yourself from someone's life, even temporarily, you force them to notice the void. But scarcity alone isn't enough. You also need mystery, because once people think they fully understand you, they stop chasing. That's where psychological distance becomes your most powerful weapon. Psychological distance, the secret to mystery and attraction. What makes someone truly magnetic? It's not just looks, it's not just confidence, it's something deeper, it's mystery. Think about the most captivating people you've ever met. They all have one thing in common: they don't reveal everything. You never fully know what they're thinking. You never feel like you completely understand them, and because of that, you can't help but be drawn to them. Why? Because the human mind craves curiosity. We chase what we don't fully understand. And if you can master psychological distance, you instantly become more desirable, more respected, and more in control. Step 1. Control the flow of information. Think about the last time someone told you everything about themselves within minutes of meeting you. Did it make you respect them more, or did it make them seem ordinary? Now think about the people you can never quite figure out. The ones who say just enough to keep you curious. The ones who make you wonder what's on their mind. Which one is more powerful? Real power doesn't come from oversharing. It comes from selective exposure. Only reveal what is necessary. Keep people wondering. Make them work to understand you. Because the moment they think they know everything about you, they stop caring. Step 2. Use strategic detachment. When people get too comfortable, they take you for granted. And when they take you for granted, they stop valuing you. So the moment someone assumes they have you figured out, pull back. Let them feel the space between you. Make them work for your attention again. Because the second you stop being an easy option, you become a priority. This isn't about being cold or distant. It's about controlling access, Be present, but not always available. Give attention, but not freely. Step back, just enough to make them notice. When you do this right, people will start chasing you. Step 3. Be unpredictable. Predictability is boring. If people always know how you'll respond, if they always know your next move, there's nothing to keep them engaged. But if you introduce uncertainty, if you keep them guessing, they won't be able to stop thinking about you. Break patterns. Be consistent in your values, but unpredictable in your actions. Never let people feel like they have you figured out, because this is where true power begins. Not just in how you control others, but in how you control yourself. And if you're not mentally unshakable, everything we've talked about so far means nothing. That brings us to the next level, unshakable mental fortitude. Because the truth is, mystery isn't about hiding who you are. It's about controlling when, where, and how people experience you. And when you do that right, they chase you. Unshakable mental fortitude. How to become unbreakable. A weak mind is easy to manipulate. If someone can control your emotions, they control you. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone completely lose control over something small? A comment, a rejection, a slight inconvenience. And in that moment, they expose themselves. They show the world that they are easy to shake, easy to provoke, easy to break. But the ones who hold true power, they are untouchable. No insult, no rejection, no challenge can shake them. They carry themselves as if nothing can faze them, and because of that, people respect them, admire them, and even fear them. So the question is, how do you become that person? Step 1. Train yourself to embrace discomfort. Most people avoid hardship thinking it weakens them, but the truth is, you don't become mentally strong by dodging challenges. You become strong by walking straight into them, on your own terms. Starting today, put yourself in situations that force you to grow. Afraid of rejection? Put yourself in places where rejection is possible. Fear confrontation? Train yourself to hold your ground in difficult conversations. Struggle with patience? Choose the longest line at the store. Wait without frustration. Because here's the truth. Discomfort is temporary, but the strength you gain from enduring it, that lasts forever. Step 2. Detach from praise and criticism. Most people are slaves to validation. They light up when praised, and they crumble when criticized. But the moment you stop seeking approval, you take back control. When someone compliments you, say, "Thank you," then forget about it. When someone criticizes you, hear it, then move on without emotion. Because when people see that you don't react, that you are unaffected, that's when they start chasing your validation instead. Step 3. Move like an emperor. Think of the most powerful leaders in history. They don't rush, they don't over-explain, they don't seek permission. Instead, they move with purpose, calm, confident, in control. And because of that, people sense their presence before they even speak. When you carry yourself like this, something changes. People start treating you with respect. They listen when you talk. They hesitate before crossing you, because power isn't about being the loudest, the strongest, or the most aggressive. It's about being the one who cannot be shaken, the one who remains calm, composed, and in control, no matter what happens. And when people see that in you, they don't just respect you, they chase you. Master the art of presence and disappearance. Power comes from knowing when to appear and when to disappear. Most people make one of two mistakes. Either they are too available, constantly present, always trying to be noticed, or they disappear completely, fading into irrelevance. But those who truly understand power, they master the balance. They know exactly when to step forward and when to step back. They control their presence like a rare currency, never overspending it, never giving it away for free. And when you learn how to do this, you become unforgettable. Step 1. Use social withdrawal strategically. If you feel undervalued, step back. Stop initiating. Stop over-explaining. Stop making yourself an easy option. Let people feel the shift. Let them feel your absence. Because only when something is missing do people truly start to realize its value. Most people fear stepping away because they think they'll be forgotten. But the truth is, the more predictable you are, the more people take you for granted. So if you want to be respected, stop overextending yourself. Make them wonder where you are. Make them miss your presence. Step 2. Re-emerge with more value. When you come back stronger, more refined, more disciplined, more composed. Think about the last time someone disappeared for a while, then returned looking better, moving differently, carrying themselves with a new level of confidence. People couldn't help but take notice. That's what you do. When you return, make sure you bring something new, a skill, a transformation, a shift in energy that makes people see you in a new light. Because if you disappear and come back the same person, you wasted the opportunity. Step 3. Control access to yourself. Not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your energy. People should feel privileged to be around you, not entitled to it. So set boundaries. Be selective, because when access to you is rare, it becomes valuable. And people always chase what they can't have. Let's bring it all together. Everything we've covered in this video isn't just theory, it's a system designed to shift the power dynamic in your favor. The 30-day power shift. Reprogram your mindset, control your words, and make people see you differently. The Seneca Principle. Use adversity as a tool, become immune to disrespect, and make people chase your approval. The Law of Scarcity. Understand that what is rare is valuable, and use absence to increase your worth. Psychological distance. The secret to attraction, curiosity, and making people work for your attention. Unshakable mental fortitude. Detach from praise and criticism, master emotional control, and make people respect you effortlessly. Mastering presence and disappearance. Control when you show up, when you step back, and how people experience you. Now, ask yourself one question. Are you in control, or are you the one chasing? Because the truth is, power doesn't belong to the loudest, the strongest, or the most aggressive. It belongs to the one who understands how to shift perception, control attention, and move with purpose. And if you've made it this far, you already know you're capable of more. So if you're serious about becoming untouchable, about building a presence so strong that people feel it before you even speak, then watch my next video, where I'll show you how to build an aura that commands attention. Most people will hear this and do nothing. They'll go back to chasing, seeking approval, waiting to be noticed. But you feel it. You know this is the shift you need. You know it's time to step up. And this is the moment to decide. Right now, you have a choice. Take control, or let the world keep controlling you. Look at your own life. Think of the times you waited, hesitated, let opportunities slip. There is no middle ground. Power doesn't wait. The ones who hesitate lose. Every second you hesitate, someone else is learning how to use it against you. Click the next video right now or stay stuck. The choice is yours.